Winter is coming to Westeros.
I need an army.
As the kingdom divides, the House of Lannister finds its power slipping away.
I expect you'll tell lies about me, about Joffrey.
Any lies in particular?
Join us as we look ahead to Season 3 of Game of Thrones.
Hi, I'm Brenna.
I'm Salim.
And I'm Aaron, and we're here today to discuss Season 3 of Game of Thrones. It's finally here.
Yes!
And we have watched not one, not two, not three, but the first 4 episodes of Season 3.
Be jealous.
We've all just seen it. Who shall commence?
Game of Thrones is about 7 kingdoms filled with multiple families vying for control of the Iron Throne.
Some people want vengeance, some people want independence, some people are trying to get their own little kingdom separated from the other kingdom, and it's all politically intriguing. It sounds really convoluted, but it's awesome and actually easy to follow.
It's convoluted in a good way, and honestly, if people haven't seen it yet and they have any interest, you gotta start from the beginning. Us giving a description is not going to make it any easier for anyone to understand. So let's just talk about Season 3.
So this is picking up where Season 2 left off. A little bit of time has passed, and the first episode is a little slow, actually. It's not as action-packed as we're used to because Season 2 ended with a gajillion cliffhangers.
And a big battle.
And a very big battle, so we had to pick up where everybody left off.
Yes.
And in doing so, there's a lot of conversation, and we're jumping from character to character a lot. We don't spend much time with any one in particular.
It's good to get back on track and remember what people want and what situation they're in.
It's an aftermath episode, and we're able to see what happened to a lot of these characters, a lot of our favorite characters.
It's not slander if it's true.
And what's this truth you plan on telling him today?
Why are you so nervous about what I'm going to say to Father?
Because you're a liar?
We really see Tyrion and how much he just wants to get revenge on his sister. And it's great because now we see this change and this arc in Tyrion's character.
And it's not just his revenge, it's also the fact that he was the Hand of the King. He was basically in charge of the kingdom, and now that his father, Tywin, is in King's Landing, he's just nobody. You know, he's sort of shunned as the dwarf of the Lannister family, and he wants to get back in power in some way.
I like his character so much more now because obviously the Lannisters, they're despicable, they have varying degrees of morality. Now I see the little bit of good that is in his heart now, and I'm willing to see where this is going to take him.
This season so far has been more brutal than the first 2 combined, and there hasn't even been any big battles. There's small torture scenes, there's these little confrontations with people that just are just awesome to watch, and they're also way more disturbing than anything we've seen yet, but in a good way, because these are characters that we've learned to love or learned to hate, and seeing these things happen to them is just so exciting.
Yes, and then also all the reveals. We get quite a few reveals. We started off in the first couple of seasons, and it was parceled out, which now we're starting to get a lot more of the information, the connection between the Starks and the Wolves.
They always alluded to the fact that there was magic and that this world was mystical and not just medieval, and we're definitely starting to see more of it now.
It's something that can put a lot of viewers off, the idea of, oh, it's too much fantasy, and people see it for the political drama. So by putting in little tidbits here and there and slowly turning us on to it, it's allowing us to get invested so that we'll still watch even for people who don't like magic.
And it's still so unpredictable, too. Bad things happen to good people and bad people, sometimes in the blink of an eye, and I've found myself very upset about a number of things in these first 4 episodes that I didn't even see coming at all.
And there's 2 ways to watch this show, as somebody who hasn't read the books and somebody who has. And both ways is exciting, because if you haven't, then you're surprised all the time because the show is so unconventional. And then as a book reader, you're watching and going, oh, I can't wait for this to happen. I know what's going to happen. Or, oh, I know what's going to happen to that guy. And then seeing it come to pass is just so fulfilling.
You're a clever man. But you're not half as clever as you think you are.
Still makes me more clever than you.
It's all about the detail. The devil is in the details in this show, and I think that everything about it, all the specificity is absolutely phenomenal, and it's, like you said, it's what keeps me going because there's so much going on. There's so many different people in so many different places of this vast world. There's so much development. People change so drastically, even from one episode to another, let alone from one season to another. And I think that the writing is just some of the best I've ever seen in television.
The book that this season is based off of, A Storm of Swords, is a lot of people's favorites, and it's one of the best out of the series. It's where the most stuff happens.
Well, it's 900 plus pages.
Yeah,
so
and you can feel and see how much these creators love this book in particular. The passion just comes out at you. It's palpable.
I don't blame him. I don't blame you either. We don't get to choose who we love.
We've already seen a lot of impressive acting, but this season in particular is really going to test the mettle of a lot of actors.
Well, they're stepping it up because everyone's changing. And my favorite two people are Daenerys and Jaime. Daenerys Targaryen and Jaime Lannister, because they're actually changing a lot. Daenerys is played by Emilia Clarke. She has become a strong, powerful woman who knows what she wants. You have Jaime Lannister, who some people hate, but I have liked ever since season 2. I mean, he's a terrible person, but he's grounded. There's believability and humanity to his character, and I think he's my favorite character on the show. Everybody likes and hates different people. We're supposed to like the Starks. I don't really like the Starks. We're supposed to hate the Lannisters. I kind of like the Lannisters. And then everybody else is sort of in the middle, and you can make up your mind about who you like, who you don't like.
Game of Thrones keeps a grounded fantasy alive with some wonderful acting and great writing. See it.
The much-anticipated return of Game of Thrones surpasses expectations and reminds us of why we fell in love with the world of Westeros. See it.
Do I really have to spell it out for you? Winter's coming. It's a see it.
Fire and blood.
Winter is coming. Guys are, talking about instances with prostitutes. These are real people talking about situations that me and you might be talking about.
You guys go pick up prostitutes together?